Hey guys, my name is Mike, and I'm a former New York City bouncer who used to work in one of the biggest nightclubs in New York. I used to struggle with alcohol and drugs and whatever, all the usual kind of stuff. But I went from, pretty much sleeping on the streets. At one point, I even lived in the projects in Harlem, and I moved out, went back to school in my late 20s, got several degrees, and got a job in a top consulting firm. And now I'm living my dream life. I live very well. I have my own business. I'm trying to also build my business, make it a little bit bigger and stronger, and I'm trying to document some of that here on my channel. But also, I want to talk with you about the mindset, some of the mindset issues that I've struggled with, and some of the things that some of the tactics I've been focusing on to pretty much transform myself, not only financially, but physically. So I used to be a lot fatter. You could see, one of my first videos on this channel where I just started about a year ago. But before that, I was really fat and out of shape. But I wanted to talk with you guys about how to do hard things. Like, I don't know, if you have to go back to school, right? If you have to go back to school and you say, I want to go back to school, finally finish my degree and get a really good job. Or if you're trying to start a business, an Amazon FBA business or something like that. It's not so much that you have to just say, I'm going to do this hard thing and then just go do it. Or I need the discipline to do this hard thing. In my case, right, to go back to school in my late 20s, I needed to be the person who can actually go to school and have really good grades. And that means I had to become that person who would be very disciplined, would be a straight A student, would also be involved in many extracurricular activities, internships, clubs, things like that would help curate my education and my experiences while in school, to become eventually a strategy consultant at a top consulting firm. So it's fairly simple. You just have to align your mindset to being that person who's capable of doing those things. So if you're saying, okay, I want to be a straight A student, what does a straight A student do? You know that they tend to study a lot, they socialize with other straight A students, they take good notes, they sit at the front of the class, they ask lots of questions, they prepare before the class, for the class itself, they study for exams, days and weeks before the actual exam, they do their homework consistently, they don't cheat, and they actually learn the material very well. They read, they do all the assignments that are assigned to them, they don't just kind of, peruse or skip over reading. So, that these are the actions that a straight A student does. So you just have to become that person. You have to create that straight A student out of yourself. You have to mold yourself into that straight A student. Same thing goes with a job. If you're currently working a job where you have an opportunity for overtime and you're like, man, I want to make more money, well then become the person who works all that additional overtime, all those additional hours, so that you can make more money. In terms of owning a business, this is something that I'm actually going through right now, is I want to take my income to the next level, right? So I'm making in the, high six figures. I'm trying to get myself into the 7-figure range. How do I get there? I have to become the person who's capable of owning a 7-figure business and making 7 figures in income. So I have to become more disciplined than I am right now. It's fairly straightforward. Become more disciplined, become better at making the sales calls. I'm just thinking through it right now, right? What do I have to know? I have to know how to sell. I have to know how I need to have a product to sell. I need to have, a storefront or a website I could direct clients to. I need to have some kind of an ecosystem for clients to live in, right? So if they say, yeah, Mike, I want to buy your consulting services, let's get started. I need to be able to communicate with them through, through an email, a branded email, something like that. Give them a phone number to call so they could reach me. So it's fairly straightforward, but I just have to become the person who's capable of doing those things. And the number one issue that I struggle with is self-discipline. I've always struggled with it. So I've started going to the gym, and about a year ago, started going to the gym and working on my self-discipline, because the biggest battle is always going to be with yourself, right? The struggle is not going to necessarily be, I don't have enough partners, or I need to hire people with the skills. Like, the biggest struggle is going to be with yourself. If you don't have the skills, why don't you have them? Because you failed to learn those skills. So the struggle is with yourself. And if you're afraid or scared to go out and find somebody with those skills, once again, it's your own apprehension, it's your own worries, it's your own emotions holding you back. So I just have to become the person who's capable of doing these things. For example, I actually have a program that I signed up for a couple months ago, and I've been struggling to finish it because I just keep thinking I don't have enough time. I have to go to the gym. Right now I have to shoot a video early in the morning, and I gotta go down. I have to go back to my, I have to go take a shower. I have to, prepare, and then I have to go to work. I have to, I feel like driving into the office today, which I'm going to do. And it's kind of like, I say to myself, when do I have time to complete this program that I signed up for? And I'm going to sit down and think about, who do I have to be as an individual to complete this program? I have to be somebody who's more disciplined, who's better at managing their time. And I've honestly been really horrible with managing my time. I haven't been that good at it. Luckily, by creating these sort of non-negotiable habits, like going to the gym, these kind of like truths about my life, saying I'm in the gym at 4 a.m. every morning, that's worked out really well for me. And I have to be able to carry that forward into business and into life. So remember, it's not that you have to force yourself to do something. You have to just become the person who will do that thing. It's not that, it's simple. I should say, it's not that it's not hard or it's easy. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's a very simple, straightforward thing, right? If you're an alcoholic, you don't want to be an alcoholic anymore. The kind of person who is not an alcoholic, guess what? They don't drink alcohol. It's very simple. Is it easy to stop drinking alcohol? No, not really. Or is it easy to quit cigarettes, or easy to quit heroin, or, whatever the hell you're on, whatever things you're struggling with? No, it's not easy to quit those things. But if you do, you will get the result that you're trying to achieve. So thanks, guys, for listening. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks.